Right, let's start today's session. So first, let me open the console application. After that, we'll discuss. So to open console application in Visual Studio 2022, so simply you can go to search, type Visual Studio, VIS. Immediately you will get Visual Studio 2022 here. And you can see in this, in the last lecture, I create a .NET Core console application project. So which is the folder name is .NET 6pm. So in the recent open list, it's there. So console app 1.sln means solution file. So in the recent list, all the list which is open recently, it's available. If you want, you can click on here directly console app .NET 6pm folder. Or else simply you can see open a project or solution. Here also you can click second option. If I click here, it will ask the project location. So where your project is located, like desktop, .NET 6pm, console app 1, and there is a console app 1.sln file is there now. So you can select this and open it. So like this, it will be open. So anywhere, any option you can select to open the existing project, what we created in the last lecture. So this is the console application we created in the last lecture. So we asked in the last program, like enter your name. So I'm asking the name from the user as an input. So in C#.NET by default, the user inputs are going to treated as string format. So string name equals to console.readLine. So console.writeLine. So we are printing the name is like this name only. But this is okay because we are dealing with string. We are reading the string characters by using console.readLine method. But when it comes to here in the last program, you can see if I try to accept input values like two numbers. So int a comma b comma c, three variables I declare that is integer type. But I would like to convert these string values into integer type because in C#.NET by default, all the inputs are treated as string format at runtime what we accept. Okay. See, inside the program, if you give, there is no problem at all. Why? Because here we have defined integer type. We are using integer values only like 10, a value, and b variable value 20. And when we execute this, we are getting result is 30. So there is no issue if I write the program like this, variables and values clearly present here. So I declare two variables. Okay. Enter two numbers. It is okay. Leave it about this. We have given wrong statement because previously we accept two numbers at runtime. Let's comment it. Now you can see result is 30. But my question is, I would like to ask from the user like two inputs. User will enter two inputs numbers. That input numbers I have to read at runtime. So, you know, in C#.NET to read user inputs, we use generally what method? Console.readLine method. Okay. So here console.readLine method. Readline. But as I'm saying that console.readLine method will read group of characters. Any user inputs will be considered as string only. So we need to convert that explicitly. So to convert from string to integer, we have convert dot to int method is there. I'll tell you that. So you can see cannot convert a type string to integer. Cannot implicitly convert a type string to integer means what? It shows that your user inputs are by default runtime, whatever we are entering, that is treated as string. But implicitly, the console application program cannot convert that into integer because you declare your variable store integer type only. So as a programmer, we need to convert that into from string to integer. Okay. So let's see to convert from one data type to another data type, like string to integer, to convert from string to integer, then we use conversion methods or typecasting mechanism. Conversion methods. Yes. What are the conversion methods are there? We'll see this. Okay. So conversion methods. Data type conversion methods. To convert from string to integer, then we use conversion method. There are two important data conversion methods are there from string to integer. One is convert.toInt method. Next, int.parse method is there. What is the main difference also? I'll tell you. So convert.toInt method is there, as well as int.parse method is there. These two methods can be used to convert from string to integer. So let's apply first convert.toInt method. Okay. So here I'm trying to use convert.toInt. Look at this, toInt I'm applying. But the moment when I try to type toInt in the below IntelliSense option shows, here it is having toInt 16 and toInt 32 and toInt 64 like this. Okay. So int 16, int 32, int 64 actually. So what is this actually depends on your user input size or input range of values. We have to choose particular one. So if your input range is very small, then we can go for toInt 16 and medium scale number, then we can go for toInt 32. And your input is large extent number, then we can go for 64. I'll tell you clearly what is the difference between int 16 and int 32, int 64 also, how it accept. Okay. Meanwhile, let me take 32 and a console.read line. Yes. Now you can see the error is completely gone. So because it is going to treat user inputs or string, we converted into integer format because that after converting the first input, it has to be stored in A. So we are converting in the program convert.toInt method. Same here also we have to apply convert.toInt method of console.readline. You can see console.readline. Now this time when we run this program, it is asking like enter two inputs. So first input I'm giving 23, second input I'm giving 45. Now we can see result is 68. Okay, it's working fine. But here, what happens if I try to enter your inputs are float format? Okay, suppose user is trying to enter the floating format. Will it work convert.toInt 32 or convert.toInt 16? No, sir. You can see this. If I try to enter the floating point values like 23.45. So the moment when I hit the enter button, you can see there is a input exception is there, system.format exception. The input string 23.45 was not in correct format, like this only it is saying. Okay. So in this context, how we can do that? Because suppose I want to add float values also, if user may give float numbers at running time. So what is the solution for it? Because we are using convert.toInt 32 only. That's what we are only converting string to integer, and we are adding two integer numbers. Like this, you can see 16 also. If I try to do this like 16, toInt 16 I'm giving. Here also integer type. Look at this, toInt 16. So enter two numbers, 34, 23.45. Again, it is also failed because floating point is not correct format only. So if you want to convert float and integer, so if I try to give 64, you can see 64. Convert.toInt 64 and convert.toInt 64. It is giving underline red squiggly. Why? The reason is toInt 64 is maximum extent values, but your data type integer is least values. So how we can ask the converting from least inputs to maximum extent values? That's not possible. So that's the reason based upon this convert.toInt 64, at least you have to take the suitable data type like double type. I'm taking, can say double. Okay. So DOUBLE double type. It's a lengthy, a long type double, like that means more values we can accept from the runtime. So double can handle with float values also. You can see here, I'm trying to include float values. So again, it is giving error. The input is 23.4 not in correct format. So double in the sense, it can accept a float format, but still you are asking convert.to in 64 format. That's not correct. So rather than what we can do, convert.to double is their option. To double. Here also convert.to double. Now this time you can see two integers I'm adding. Let's see 23 plus 45, 68 is coming. Okay, two integers. At the same time, when I try to rerun, two float numbers I'm adding 34.56 and 43.23 like this. We are getting float numbers also clearly added. Okay, this is the way to deal with the floating point numbers. So while dealing with the integer numbers, like we can use convert.to int 16 or to int 32. And while dealing with float values, we can use double type declaration a comma b comma c, and we need to convert into two double format like this. Okay. Or else if I take a float here, okay, float is my basic data type I'm taking. So you should not use convert.to double. Instead of that, we need to use actually float.parse is there, like int.parse is there like this, float.parse method. Here also we should use float.parse method. So let me show you float.parse. Floating values here. Now let's run this. We can add two integers. Like here you can see 23 and 46, 69. It's okay. And we can add two floating point values like 32.5, 78.9. Floating values also possible. So this is also possible. Like there are two different ways are there. Either you can mention your data type, basic data type of variables or double. We can use convert.to double. And float type, you can use float.parse value. Okay, suppose here if I take int type, int.parse also possible. I said that to convert from string to integer, we use what? Two things. Either you can use convert.toInt method as well as int.parse method. So what is the difference between these two methods also I need to discuss. Convert.toInt method as well as int.parse method is there. So right now I'm using int.parse because my data type is integer. That's what I'm using int.parse. Previously, when I declare my data type is float, so float.parse. Converting from string to float, float.parse. Converting from string to integer, int.parse. Okay, let's run this. We are getting here integer type conversion clearly. Our strings are converting integer. It's okay, fine, well and good. But what is the main difference between this int.parse and convert.toInt method? I'll discuss, sir. So I'll show you. For that purpose, I'm trying to create one new program so that you will get clarity. So main difference between convert.toInt and int.parse method is what? So it is frequently asked interview question, difference between convert.toInt method and as well as int.parse method in C#.NET console application. Okay, so let me open a new class. Like let me create new class, project menu, add class. So I'm taking a class template here. I'm selecting class 4 is my class name. Click on add. So let's create a main method here. Just shortcut is there. SVM double tab you can mention or single tab from your keyboard. Now wantedly I'm declaring one of the variable like string s equals to 100. Do you think is this string? Yes, sir. Obviously, listen carefully. Whenever we include any number, like any integer value, which is included in double quotes, double quotation marks here, that is obviously treated as string only. Yes, it's a completely string only actually. Okay, so now you can see it's a string type of actually value. But my requirement is I want to convert this 100 string value into integer. How to convert string value into integer? So we use two methods. Convert dot to int 32 of sorry, console.readline. Just give me one second. Console.writeLine of convert dot 2 into 32 of yes only, because S is what? String. Again, console.writeLine. This time I'm using int.parse because my main intention is to show what is the difference between convert.toInt and int.parse. So to stay back to our screen, console.read. Listen, this very simple program through, we can get clarity what is the difference between convert.toInt and as well as int.parse. So I declare the variable called s, that is a string type. Yes, my 100 value present in within the double quotation marks, that is string only. My target is I want to convert the string into integer format. So that's what, to convert from string into integer format, we have two methods are there, convert.toInt as well as int.parse. So we are trying to get the difference between these two. But notice this console.writeLine is nothing but output, what we are going to print. So after converting this s string value into integer by using convert.toInt method, we are printing that console.writeLine. At the same time, we applied on s also string value. I'm converting into integer by using int.parse method. Okay, fine. Let's start the execution of class 4. You know very well how to start every time the class 4 or class 5 or any new class if you added, how to change startup object. Simply go to Solution Explorer, double click on console app 1. Here we have to change the startup object class name. Simply instead of class 3, class 4 you can change. And after changes, don't forget to save. Click on save it. Let's move to the class 4 and run. Look at this. I'm getting 2 times 100 and 100. Why? Because the first time, just because of convert.2 into 32 method I'm using. So this string value 100, which is available in quotation marks, double quotes, successfully convert into integer. At the same time, int.parse also is returning one more 100 value for me. That is also successfully converted from string to integer, right? Yes, that's what we are noticing. The output here to what we can say, hundreds are coming because 100 is for convert.toInt 32, another 100 is for int.parse, like this only. Okay, so this is the case. But do you want to, right? Let's close this. I'm trying to change here, comment it, and let me go with string s equals to null. Then actual difference you will come to know here. But I am declaring my string variable value. What? Null I am declaring, sir. String s equals to null I am declaring. If I declare string s equals to null, what is the problem? We'll see that. Okay. So previously, there was no problem. The string value 100 successfully convert into integer form by using convert.toInt as well as int.parse. But now the moment when I try to declare my variable value null as a string, this null, you are saying in string format null. Can you say same null in integer format? What format it will be? 0. But I am expecting two zeros because one is convert.toInt 32 has to give 0 because null to 0, as well as int.parse also need to be give 0. No? You notice this when I run this, you will get only 1 0 and another line you will get an error. What is the error? You can see this. 1 0 I got it here simply just because of what? Convert.toInt 32 method only. First line is giving clearly the conversion successfully, even though if your value is null. So second line, you can see this. This is the second method, int.parse is giving error. What is that error means? Simply it says that value cannot be null. That means if your value, if it is null, so int.parse is unable to convert from null to integer. This is the clear difference. So what my plan is to do, you can see if you, it is error actually. Whenever you get an error, simply you can close the error window by closing output window. So ultimately the difference is, I'm telling you, convert dot to int method convert dot toInt method will convert from string to integer, string to integer, string to integer, and also from null to integer. Yes, it successfully convert from string to integer as well as null to integer. Whereas int.parse can only convert int.parse can only convert the string from string to integer, can only convert from string to integer only. If the value is null, it's unable to convert into integer format. In that case, so int.parse is a failure. That means whenever the moment you need to convert from null to integer, better to go for what? Convert dot toInt method, and string to integer, anyone you can use, no problem at all. But most of the cases, I'm going to use convert dot toInt method only. So this is the way to convert from string to integer by using convert dot toInt method, int.parse method. Differences clearly here. Okay, so like this. But you can see previously I included here in this program, class 3 program, apart from int.parse, we will try to go with convert dot toInt method back again, because I need to explain convert dot toInt 16 means what, 32 means what, 64 means what. Okay, so a equals to convert dot toInt 16 I'm taking. Now you can see convert dot toInt 16 I'm taking again. So based upon your input values. Okay, now we need to run class3.cs file. So let me go to here and change the startup object from 4 to 3. Save changes. Let's focus on class 3. So here now I'm explaining toInt 16 and toInt 32 and toInt 64 how it is. Okay, toInt 16 means I said that minimum input range values if you need, then we can use toInt 16. Maximum medium scale input range, then toInt 32. Maximum means toInt 64. But how do we know, sir, how many values, how much integer length we can give for toInt 16 means? That's the reason I'm trying to see here. I'm going to print the size of the 16 also here, toInt 16. So let's print in the output before going to read user inputs from the user window. Console.writeLine. Now we can see here toInt. Okay. Give me 1 second. How to find out the length? I'll tell you. Int 16 dot max value. Okay. Console.writeLine. Int 16 dot minimum value. Minimum value. So you will get clearly int 16 maximum value, how much you can able to give input. Int 16 minimum value, how much you can able to give input. Just because I'm using convert dot toInt 16 in my current program. So, okay, so it will also tell you clearly what kind of length maximum we can give in the integer 16. Look at this maximum value 32,767, 32767 maximum we can give. If you exceed this, you cannot. Minimum starts with -32768. Minimum value, maximum value, in between we can give any number. It can add successfully two input numbers. Okay, for example 45 and 67 within the range only. That's what we are getting output clearly, toInt 16. So let's try to give one of the value is exceeding. What will happen? You can see that is toInt 16 is accepting only 32,767. But if I give 32,768, I'm giving. Look at this. We got a error because overflow exception means value is exceeding actually. Overflow exception meaning is what? You are taking convert dot toInt 16 to convert from string to integer, but you are entering overflow means maximum value overflow exceeding the value or input range. That's what it's unable to do. So this is the way to get the maximum value, minimum value. But suppose here I'm using 2 into 32 I'm using. Okay, here 2 into 32 I'm using. Let's find out 32 maximum value, minimum value, so that you will get clarity how much maximum length we can give for 32, how much minimum length we can give for 32. So we'll get clarity. So let's run it. Now you can see maximum range of 2 into 32 is this one, 214748364 If you exceed the range here, if I give 8 means it will also give error. Look at this maximum range. This is only, but I am including 648. Wantedly, I am increasing the number. So it's give error actually. Only below that you can give 2 into 32 can handle clearly. So we got the exception. No, this is error actually. Whenever you get the error, do you want to exit from the output window or making completely normal mode? So there is an option called, you can see red square box is there. Stop debugging option is there. So if we click on it, you will be get normal mode of the program only. So let's try to do with 2 in 64 I'm taking. As I said, that 2 in 64 is not suitable for integer type. So generally your data type should be maximum. So I'm taking double type I'm taking. So why? Because integer is less than 2 in 64. So we cannot convert the less than value to more values like that. So you have to be reach up to the mark like double value I'm taking my basic type. So let's see double value conversion 2 in 64 maximum value how much? 2 in 64 maximum value how much? You can see this run and size of the 2 in 64 is this one. If you exceed this, it will give error. Okay, you have to give the range is minimum this only, maximum you cannot give like this. If I give more values, now you can see it is giving, just a moment. Give me 1 second. Error is there, you can see this. Values to overflow exception, it is there. So just knowing that 2 into 16, 2 into 32, 2 into 64, maximum value, minimum value, so that based upon your input range, you can decide convert dot to int or convert dot to int 16 or 32 or 64. So mostly 32 is enough to use to handle with user inputs at runtime. Okay. Yeah. So this is the exactly differences between data type conversion. So ultimately, I'm concluding here in C#.NET programming language, during the program execution time means whatever the inputs you are giving like this. For example, I'm trying to give my inputs are like this. Whatever the inputs are giving like this. These inputs are treated as what? String format by default. But we are not calculating string values. No, we are calculating what two integer values I'm doing. So that's what we can do here to integer values means. So we need to convert explicitly. Implicitly cannot convert by the program. We need to convert implicitly. Implicit conversion purpose, we use conversion methods. The conversion method means convert dot to int dot parse, float dot parse, convert dot to double. This kind of mechanisms are there. Okay. So still some console application. Console is a class here. This is having some methods and properties. We discuss console.writeLine just for output, console.readLine just for reading the input from the user window. Okay. But what about some properties are there in console window? Let me talk about that properties also first. And one more thing I want to tell you, as I said that what is the main difference between console.readLine and console.read? Console.readLine will read characters or group of characters from the output window, whereas console.read will read single character, and that too it will read ASCII value of the character. No, so let's see this. I'm adding one simple class 5. Now here I'm taking main method. Yes. So now this time you can see, sir, I'm asking console.writeLine. I'm asking from the output window, just enter any character from the keyboard. Okay, enter any character. So user can enter the character. I'm taking that integer C because that I want to use read method. because read method will read ASCII value of character. So ASCII value is integer type only. So that I am printing here ASCII value here. What ASCII value here? So console.writeLine. So I'm trying to give $sign ASCII value of, okay, character C is. Then how to print the ASCII value of the character C means? So we have to do, so ASCII value of given character is, then I have to print C only. So the character, okay, let's see. Right, let's run this. To stay back to our screen, console.read. Fine, sir. So let's run this. So we have to change startup object, sorry. Change startup object class 5 here. Control S, save changes. Go to the class 5. Now you can see console.writeLine, enter any character. I am asking character from the user input. The moment you are entering the character, that character I am reading by using read, because console.read method will read what? Single character at once. That too, it will read what? ASCII representation of that character. That ASCII number is integer, no? That's what I'm going to store into int C. So ASCII value I'm printing here over. So for example, I'm trying to give letter A. So the letter A character ASCII value is what actually? Oh, look at this. What is going to happen here? When I try to enter A character, so it is going to be simply, you can see R I'm entering or A I'm entering. So any character, if I enter, then it is, you can see character S. Press enter means it will exit from the output window, because console.read method I take, no? So for this example, I'll take console.read key so that I can see that any character, if you press only, then only will exit from the output window. Read key method. Read key advantage is what? Not enter. So suppose I'm taking a character, press enter. You can see ASCII value of the character is 97. Now you can see if you enter any character from the keyboard, after that you will get exit from the output only. So this is the proof. Read method will read only ASCII character, ASCII number, that character number will read. But you cannot use readLine method here, because readLine will read group of characters. You can see string format only here. Okay, so that's the reason I'm showing this example. Read difference between read and readLine. Only ASCII number will read from the output window like this. Some properties are there here. Some console properties are there. So what are the basic properties of console window? We'll see. And one more thing you can see, whenever I run this, our output window, command prompt window is looking very big size. Do you want to reduce the presentation of this output window size? So there is a settings here. You can see C drive settings is there. You can see this. Click on settings, right click on it. And now you can see there are some change a tab color, rename something. Okay, we don't have any settings here. I'll try to increase or decrease the size of this window actually. So command prompt settings. In the settings, we can able to change the sizes also actually. So what we can say, vertical and horizontal size, we can reduce the window size. Okay. So here you can see default is there all modes. We can able to change the settings also by decreasing or increasing the width and height also. I'll tell you later how to do these changes. But meanwhile, let's try to add one simple class. So I'm showing the console properties also there. As per user requirement, you can change it. See, console is a class, but I want to change my title of the console window. Okay, so that's what we are going to use. Console.title method is there, title. Okay, suppose I'm giving basics of console. I'm giving my title of the page is basics of console app. Now let's run this and check this one. Where is the title is effect actually. Console is a class, title is a property. So let's change the startup object from class 5 to class 6. Save changes. Now class 6, I'm executing. You can see this. Now, where is the console title is present, sir? So if you want to represent, you can see basics of console app here. This is the tab. If I don't give the title, default title will come. You can see console basics of console app is title of the tab. That means we can give the heading of your subject, what we are working now. Console title, console window title. And there is a console dot. You can see some background color also there. You can see console dot background color equals to. So console back color is there, which is available. What background color you want, you can give this now. So it is appearing green or blue or something. So let's run this. We are getting console background color. Like its background color means there is no text actually. That's what it's not appearing any background color. So I'm trying to give some what we can say text here. Console dot write line. Welcome to DURGASOFT. Now I can see welcome to DURGASOFT. Background color will be green color is appearing. Okay. So this is, if text is there, that color is appearing green color option line. Then you can also make a console.4 color. These are the properties, additional settings we can do, which is don't really recommend. Actually, just I'm showing what options are there here. That options you can give this. Now you can see console welcome. The 4 color text is appearing what color? Blue color. Background color, green color. 4 color text I want to make appear red color. So now you can see 4 color output will be present in red color. Background of the thing is green color only is there. If you don't give any foreground color, white color is the default color like this. So we can make presence our output window like this. Background color, foreground color. Okay. Now, so there is option like this console dot beep. It makes beep sound whenever we try to execute. You can see this like this. I think you heard that beep sound. So this is the basic properties of console window like this. And methods also console.writeLine method and console.read method and console.readLine method. So these are all how to deal with console application and how to take input values from the user, how to convert value from string to integer. Okay, what is the difference between convert.toInt and int.parse method? So these are all simple programming which we completed in the console application. So next we will start with data types like integer type, float type, a double type, character type, string type. What are the types? Are there different types? How to find the size of its types? We'll discuss completely in the tomorrow session clearly. So as of now, including today's session, complete 5 demo lectures are over. Okay. I hope you understand that. Already I said that. So only 5 demo sessions, completely free sessions. So tomorrow we will start sessions, regular sessions from here only. I will not repeat it. All the 5 days recorded videos are there with me. Once your enrollment process is over, up to tomorrow before class, so I can collect obviously the mail IDs from DURGASOFT. Once I collect your mail ID, I can share these 5 video recordings also to your Google Drive, which is lifetime access video sessions, along with complete C#.NET PDF material also. I'll send to your mail, sir. So from tomorrow onwards, this link will not work because our team makes a paid link. So whoever enroll for this course to continue my C#.NET lectures as well as .NET Complete ASP.NET Core MVC Entity Framework and Web API, including SQL Server, complete lectures. So you can enroll for this course. So tomorrow onwards, paid link. So you must enroll for this course to continue my sessions. So before sessions, you must enroll, then only you will get a link. Otherwise, not. So please try to enroll for this course to continue these all lectures for getting the video recordings and material. Okay. So if you have any questions from your side apart from this, you can feel free to ask me, sir. Contact DURGASOFT to enroll for this course because our team daily sending the message like informative message how to enroll and all. So please feel free to contact them to enroll for this course. And from my side, I'm giving just if you enroll for this course, obviously you will find the lot of stuff from us. Undoubtedly, you will not at all disappoint at the end of the sessions. So because each and everything clearly will explain from the scratch to intermediate level program, advanced level programming completely. Undoubtedly, you will become good at .NET coding. That much assurance we will give from our side. Okay. So I'll wait for a few more minutes here. Please feel free to ask any doubts regarding these 5-day sessions what we have attended. Yeah. So thanks for attending this sessions. Have a nice time. Okay, someone is asking. Everyone is saying Java is powerful language for development. What is the special in .NET? Huh? Then see, sir, everyone is saying Java is powerful language for development. What is special in .NET means the reason is why. Obviously, Java is powerful, but at the same time, Java .NET is also powerful because only the academics people used to teach Java only, basic Java, core Java like that. That's what the mindset was like that only students are outside market like that. Okay. But what is the specialty in .NET means using .NET, what Java can do within the less span of time only we will do with same security. And Java, everything we have to write from the scratch manually and learning it will take lot of time, understanding lot of time, but implementing also lot of time. So with Java, I can say uh, write more code and do more. With the .NET, I can say write less code and do more. This is the specialty in .NET. So which one do you prefer? That is your wish. So learning and survival after getting a job is typical. Okay, who are in weak in coding part, but I'm not speaking about two intellectual candidates. So they can able to survive in anywhere, undoubtedly. But moderate students and whoever not having the coding language, coding knowledge up to the mark, I suggest that apart from Java, any other thing only. So it depends on situation market. Okay. So which product you are using is the matter. iPhone is famous. iPhone is not for all. So not for user friendly. So Java is iPhone. I can use same features and all with flexibility. Like Samsung S24 I can use. That is also more powerful, no? So I feel very comfort in S24 rather than iPhone operating. In terms of security, anyway, security is there. Samsung S24 also will give good securities, no? So that's the reason actually. Every language is having its own pros and cons. The matter is how the way you are looking is the matter. So if Java is powerful, then why don't all the companies are looking for Java candidates? Why they are looking for .NET candidates? Why they are looking for Python candidates? Java can do anything, no? Then what is the reason for that? So that is the matter. I hope you understand that. So Java is ultimately good, no doubt at all. And .NET also, .NET 2. So obviously choice is your choice because people choice. Some people will comfort in some certain area. Some people will comfort in some certain other area. So they can choice is there only. So many courses are there in IT. Every course is having individual style of doing applications. No, yeah. Have a nice time, sir. Thank you for attending these 5 demo sessions with your patience. So if really wanted to continue my lecture with the .NET development and to get the proper knowledge from the beginning to ending coding patterns, so please continue my lectures from tomorrow. Before that, joining the session, you must enroll for this course. Our team will communicate with you regarding that. You can go through that if you are interested really. Okay, fine. Have a nice time. See you tomorrow.